Welcome in. My name is DeAndre French, and this is Breaking All the Rules, brought to you by Kreation Group. This is going to be our first episode, and we honestly are so excited. I know for myself, I'm definitely excited because speaking in front of this camera and actually physically getting out here, I live for this. I love this. I love sharing insights. I love collaborating with people. I love showing my genuine self to others. And I think one of the reasons, and I'll fill you in really quick. One of the reasons why we started this show is there's a rat race. There definitely is. I know that a lot of you out there can feel it. There is a rat race to the top. Everyone's racing to the top. Everyone's fishing for the same likes. Everyone's posting. And I think for us, we got to a point where we just got so tired of posting infographics. We got so tired of doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. And I think breaking the rules is actually a good thing. And I know can be a little cliche, and you're not supposed to message people at a certain time with AI at this. Forget all of that. This is what this show is all about. Is we're going to be bringing in experts. We're going to be reviewing things. We're going to be reacting. This show is all based around you. It's also based around us because I think it helps us to be able to test, to be able to implement, to be able to get to know more people than just a group of people that we've met on here. But that's what Kreation Group is all about, is collaboration. That's the secret to. And if you want to say, like, what is our mantra? What is our I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean? What is that thing that keeps you up at night, that wakes you up in the morning? There it is. That wakes you up in the morning. I think for me, the power of collaboration. I think having the confidence to open yourself up to a new possibility, whether it's someone that geofences. I met a guy the other day. He's an amazing professional, and he does geofencing. I don't do geofencing, and I get messages time and time again. So for me, I wanted to take this time. I know there's a lot of us on here that we have jobs to do and we have things to do, but I wanted to really take the LinkedIn messages, the Instagram messages, the TikTok direct messages, and take this time to really collaborate, bring value. So that's what episode 1 is going to be all about. Let's talk about some of the rules that we break here at Kreation Group. Now, we're still the babies, if you want to say that, of the industry. We've been in business for about 2 years. This is our second. I went through a name change and had to figure out my bearings, and that's normal in business. But when I did start my business, I'll be honest, I followed all of the rules and I did things the cookie cutter way, and I saw zero results. I didn't see any results. It was incredibly difficult. I tried to put myself out there, if you want to say that. I brought in a lot of different people and nothing happened. It wasn't until I figured out, I'm like, wait a minute. Everything that I put into this, yes, there's an established set of rules, and there's branding principles, and there's certain marketing tactics, and there's psychology, and there's things that we're not supposed to do on websites if you build websites. I'm sure there are other industries here where there are certain things that you shouldn't be doing, but I decided to break away from cookie cutter marketing. Like, that was the first rule I think that I broke for myself, that just expanded not only like business wise, but I think it expanded the ideas. That was the biggest rule break that I did for myself. When I mean cookie cutter marketing, I mean the same old infographics with the same copy, and making sure that you're not offending, or you have to stay true to your brand. And if your brand is, hey, I'm a professional that, comes from a Harvard background, and then you need to lean into that brand. If you are more, for myself, I'm more of a creative. I love all things creative. I'm a former film composer. So I'm always going to go back to thinking that way when it comes to creative, because that's what speaks to me. So the first rule that I broke was breaking away from copying other brands and having the same web copy when we're not even web copy, but infographics where we're on LinkedIn and we post something and we say, hey, we have this, we're the best in this, and buy from us. And then I look down and nothing. Maybe 1 like, maybe 0 likes. I get, a couple of people that kind of glance over it. And that frustrated me for a long, long time. I couldn't figure out, what do you do? Why is it that there are so many influencers, so many LinkedIn influencers or TikTok influencers, Instagram influencers that are getting thousands upon thousands of likes for literally posting something that's so simple? Like it could be, I saw, and you may laugh at this, I saw someone posted a picture literally of an L. It was an L, and I think the L was red, and she made an entire story based off the letter L, and I think it got like 3,000 likes. But it's so funny when you look at it, and when you're not a rule breaker, you're not a trendsetter, you try to post the same thing. If I were to go and I post an L onto our social media channels, and what does that L mean to me? So that's the root when it comes to branding, marketing, or anything like that. And I'm oversimplifying, but I think it makes sense for business owners out there that are bootstrapping, that are trying to build things without having an established team yet. It's so important to lean in to the things that that you're good at. I think being genuine is another thing. If I sat here and I wasn't my most genuine self, you could see right through that. I'm looking through a camera lens, but the people that see this video and they make quick judgments about me, it could be my body posture, it could be the way that I talk. If I talk like this or I try to talk too loud, what you're seeing is my genuine self. This is who I am day to day. I don't have to pretend to be something else for LinkedIn. I don't have to pretend to be something else for Instagram, Facebook. This is who I am. I'm not trying to sell you anything. There's so much that comes with being genuine. And I think that humans, especially business owners, because we deal with business every day, we have a special superpower to be able to see right through people. So I think posting your content is, number one, being true to you, being true to your brand. I think I posted this last time on, I believe it was YouTube. If your brand was done, let's say your logo was done by Canva, and this is episode 1, I'm just throwing off what we're going to get into. We're going to be bringing in some way better people than me when it comes to marketing, branding, artists, cinematographers. Like, I want to hear from everyone. But from my own self, if your logo was made with Canva, let's just take Canva. Canva is a pretty good platform. It is. It's very easy, very simple to use. It's very, very affordable, but it's not a true design platform. You're not going to get great graphics. I mean, you may be able to go and free draw, but the templates leave a lot to be desired. And that's just what you get. You get what you pay for, right? But if you do have a Canva logo, there comes a point where your brand is so beyond your logo. Even if your logo was a paperclip, if you stayed true to yourself and you posted great content, people got to know, like, and trust you, most likely people are just gonna buy from you. People don't care about logos. You can break, that's the first rule. Stop trying to copy other people. I think in the beginning, of course, like you need to do your market research. You need to do your competitive analysis and make sure, like, hey, what am I doing? Does this stack up to my other competitors? Yes, of course, that's important. But I think number one, get away from trying to be perfect. Stop trying to copy the latest logo. Who cares about a logo? Logos matter, but your genuine self matters so much more. That's the first rule that I broke that will help you for sure. Another one that I thought about, and this is something I think about, like I said, every day, mixing creativity with business. It's okay. Just take a deep breath right now. It's okay. Let people in. Be a little bit creative. Be a little bit funny. If that's your brand or you're trying to establish your brand, be that. It's okay. Mix a little bit of creativity. Make your graphics. If you're going to post infographics and let's say you're launching a new product, or let's say you are let's say an HVAC technician. HVAC is air conditioning. Let's say you're an HVAC technician and your calling card is, hey, you want to be a little bit more comedic. I remember seeing, and we'll probably go over this. It's actually a great graphic, an ad, and I'll actually put it here. But there's an ad right below me that says your wife is hot, right? So if you're driving down the road and you're tired, let's say, I saw this graphic. I was driving, I believe, from Key West, and you look up and you see this bright yellow. And I'll bring in I have some great marketers lined up, but we'll talk about just the psychology behind your color choices and some of the other design aspects. But for the sake of argument, right now, or the sake of discussion, we're talking more so about the psychology and being creative. If this company decided like, hey, let's just put our billboard up, hey, choose our services and blah, 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 call here. Everyone does ACs. Everyone does ACs. Everyone does marketing. Everyone does food. Everyone does everything. There's something. But I think the creativity behind the ad, your wife is hot, it immediately brought something in your head like, whoa. Now it is a little provocative. I will give it that. It is a little bit provocative, but it's great. It's a great marketing tactic because they're leaning into the more comedic, controversial aspect without going too far. Just that one. Then now they establish their brand to the point where they can post a second one. They can post a third one. Now they become known for posting those, and then it's okay. Same thing for Geico. Think about Geico. Geico has been around for as long as I can remember. There's been a gecko lizard, and the gecko, wait one moment. Let me drink some water. But the gecko lizard has literally transcended the insurance company. Like when you see those commercials with the gecko lizard, he's in bars, he's on buses. It's so far beyond this, just them trying to sell you car insurance or health insurance, whatever it is that Geico does. They lean more into the creative aspect. So that is my second rule for the day. And I'll leave it, let's start with 2. This is our first episode, is making sure that we lean into the creative part. If you can't lean into it and you don't have that creative mind, go to someone in your family, mess around, give some concepts, be a little bit different. It's okay. I remember this is probably one of the first slogans I think I used, and then I determined like everyone uses this slogan: dare to be different. You have to be different to make money. You have to differentiate yourself to make money. Making money is fun. When you do make money, then business is fun. Then you can invest even more. But if you're throwing up boring infographics and you're messaging everyone the same way, and you're trying to say, hey, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, like my comment, you're not going to get anywhere. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. All right, so let's stop it there. Next episode, it's going to be more so. Matter of fact, I'll keep it a surprise. I'm not going to say it. I used to say these things in the past, but next episode is going to be really fun. I will give a little hint. We're going to be talking about SEO. SEO is basically search engine optimization. Sounds boring, but it is probably the most important aspect of business. Is the most important aspect of people discovering who you are. I can't wait. I'm excited. The gentleman that we're going to bring on for the next episode, he's great. But we're going to end it here. This has been episode 1 with Breaking All the Rules. My name is DeAndre again. If you would, just take a look. Go subscribe to our page, Kreation App Group on LinkedIn. We also are going to be downloading this or uploading this to TikTok. Now I sound like I'm 90 years old, but uploading this to TikTok. And our goal is to start building our media strategy. Finally, it's been a while. We did enough graphics. Now it's time for you to get to know who we are. So during this next couple of weeks, we're going to be introducing more members of the team. You're going to be hearing from me. You're going to be hearing from Julia, our creative director. You're going to be hearing from a lot of other people. And just for the sake of content, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, make content, be happy, be creative, watch what happens. I'll see you later.